Hi guys. Why am I not able to see the chats? अरे हर हफ्ते तो ये अपडेट मांगता है, फिर आपने अगर अपडेट नहीं किया तो इनका मूड खराब हो जाता है। आ गया चैट? आ गया। यस, एवरीथिंग इज हियर, कूल, ऑल सॉर्टेड। हाय गाइस, क्या हाल चाल है बच्चों? किसके किसके तरफ बारिश हो रही है? Here it's been raining and it's cold and I'm wearing socks, which is very funny, I know, but क्या करूं? सब बढ़िया? हाय हर्षित, हाय वैभव, स्नेहा, बिस्वाल। In mock 4 you got 41 and you're thanking me. Okay, just be a little patient. In mock 5 and 6 I have asked them to notch it up a bit, तो आपका स्कोर नीचे चला जाएगा. Take it as a warning, Biswal. Hi Avinash Kumar, no, we are just starting. अरे अभी कुछ नहीं खाया मैंने मृगांक. लास्ट सेशन और इस सेशन में था ही कितना टाइम. I was just sprucing up the PPT. Hi Rubal, hi Priyanshu, hi Mahi, hi Venugopal, hi yes Biswal, तू तो है ही वहां. Shubhradeep Ghoshal, good to see you. Thank you for joining the session once again. Suraj, hi. So jinx mat samajhna Ayushman. And I'm not doing it to make things unnecessarily difficult for you guys, nothing of that sort. It's just that we feel now your confidence level is cool, it has reached a certain platform. ठीक है? अब वहां से थोड़ा सा और, like we have to give you a झिंझोड़ to up your game. चलिए आज का कार्यक्रम शुरू करें. मृगांक एंड वेदिका. शुभ्रदीप, सिमिलर स्ट्रक्चर आर्ग्यूमेंट भी क्वेश्चन टाइप होता है क्या? बिल्कुल होता है. यू कैन गेट इट इन आरसी. यू ऑल कैन हियर मी राइट? आज माइक वाला ग्लिच कैसे नहीं किया मैंने? सब कुछ सही है आज टाइम पे एंड एवरीथिंग इन प्लेस. यस, लेट्स गो. हर्ष, टाइम चेंज करके कौन सा टाइम करूं आप बता दो मुझे. Then somebody else will have a problem, no? All right. Now, everybody, once again, welcome to the class, guys. Let's roll. It will be a short and crisp session with something new, something very interesting. Sneha and Venu and everybody. Interesting. वैसे मैं कोशिश करती हूँ to bring in other sessions as well. But today it's something that we call paradox, something that we call irony. Then there's a thing called metaphor. You get such questions in your RC. Okay? Shatayu, hi. Vedika, hey. Maris, hi. Okay? Paradox is what? I'll take it up one by one. Paradox. Inherent contradiction. ठीक है? Inherent contradiction. जैसे mainly philosophical things. War is, peace Happiness is sadness. In order to be completely happy, we need to first experience sadness. Okay? So, inherent contradiction means you're looking for something opposite. That is what we call paradox. I had discussed this briefly when I had that session on figures of speech, if you remember. Okay? So today we are taking it up in detail, and I'm going to show you some questions in passages and how you have to identify what the paradox is saying. Yeah? Oxymoron is two words ka pair, pretty ugly, aisa type, the only choice. Paradox is a sentence, a long sentence, and it will show you some contradiction. Fine. Irony is what? Irony of the situation is this. If we translate it to Hindi, just to kind of help us understand that very quickly, it should be something like this. Are maze ki baat to ye hai. Something of that sort. Irony of the situation is that he himself does not respect women. He has been giving us a lecture on how to give importance to women. Oh, the irony of the situation is that he has always been pinpointed for patriarchy. Okay, so that is irony. Then we have something called metaphor. This also we discussed in figures of speech. There is a difference between metaphor and simile. Both are comparisons, but metaphor is like, you are just I'm calling you a giraffe. I'm not saying you're as tall as a giraffe. I'm not saying you're as good as Sachin Tendulkar. You are Sachin Tendulkar. You are the Dhoni of this class. You are the giraffe, right? So you are tall. I understand that. Got it? Yeah. So simple topics, and you'll be able to understand these more once we move on to the questions. Yes, Aryan? Now, I'm not going to give you very difficult RCs. I have just taken 2 RCs. Okay. And no, I think there are 3 RCs. Short RCs. And each RC has 2 questions. So 2, 2, 2. 6 questions we are going to do now. Okay. The level of the RCs and the questions is pretty moderate. It's just to help you understand this thing very well and how it can be there in the RC as a question. Then how are you going to handle it? Yeah? Okay. Chalo, come on. Good to see you too, Siddharth Tiwari. Where have you been? Alright. Now, this is the first passage. Only 2 paragraphs. I want you to go ahead and read both the paras. Hey Only Cat, good to see you. Okay Siddharth, welcome under my wing once again. Irony is clear. Done reading. And Shivi, so happy to see you once again in the class. Welcome. Red Mrigank. Yes, Sneha. Chalo. The first question. Piyush. Which of the following best captures the irony in the passage? Check the options, go back to the passage and zero in on your answer. CD eliminated. Okay. वो लिखती है is saying, okay, I don't know how to prepare for CAT. Now I feel I can do it. Okay, cool. Be there with me in the sessions. I'll guide you. B also feels like it. Yes. Yes, and Shivi will go back to the passage. Hi Savitri Pati, join us. B is extreme, not exactly. देखो दानिश का आंसर बी आया है. Done? Shivi, Rocky, irony. Means this is happening, but the fun thing is this. Biswal says B. Okay. Shatayu A. Okay. Answer is A. Why not B? Yes. Now, even if you got it correct, I request you all to just listen to me for like 2 minutes. I'm just going to give you some gyan points here. Okay. Listen. In this passage, ironically and irony are mentioned. In many passages, it won't be mentioned. Okay. Then the work becomes trickier. But यहाँ है, so यहाँ का यहाँ कर लेते हैं. Try to understand this way. Irony is supposed to happen, but something else happened, right? Now, let's check this out. In the late 19th century, British colonial officials in India frequently spoke of the civilizing mission. Civilizing mission. Oh, the people of India are primitives, the indigenous population. Oh my God, we need to civilize them. So we are colonizing this place. This was the justification they used to give for colonizing some place, right? And then later that colonization used to turn into imperialism. Okay? So, civilizing mission claiming that their railway projects would modernize the subcontinent. It would get that required glam. इनके railways के introduction से. So definitely the railways did very good. They kind of benefited the economy. But ironically is also read as but. Right? The very railways, this is the irony. Correct? Ye. Biswal and everybody else who marked B. The irony was what? The very railways that were celebrated as symbols of progress became the arteries through which famine spread. Means, if I put it in a nutshell, the very railways that were supposed to be a friend became a foe. Right? Everyone? वो रेलवे जिसको मैंने दोस्त समझा वो दुश्मन निकला. Right? दुश्मन ना करे दोस्त ने वो काम किया है types. So very railways ऐसा हो गया. The details of that irony are given here. Local grain now travels seamlessly. Reports from that era describe train loads. This is explanation of that irony. Correct? This is just an example. The wheat being carried away, the grains being carried away, and the people, the farmers standing there watching the grains being taken away, they could not do anything about it. Correct? Now I take you over to the options. Elimination is very cool here. Modern technology has unintended consequences that harm local populations, right? The irony was something to do with railways. है ना? Captures the irony in the passage. We understand that railways has to be there. The word railways has to be there. Correct? So this is out. I'm left with A, B, C. This D also has trains. Okay, so I cannot eliminate it because of that. Now, trains carried the grains away, leaving rural populations in scarcity, and the villagers had no means to make it stop. Trains carried the grains away. This is just railways ka, being very specific trains. One incident, the railways actually did some harm also to the economy. So this was one incident, one example that the trains carried the grains away. So this is eliminated. Right? Rural populations in scarcity and the villagers had no means to make it stop. Fine. So I'm left with A and B. Now between A and B, look here, the British exported Indian grain and drained the economy, right? While constructing railways that helped transport it. Biswal and the people who marked B, here it is changing the irony. You get it? I mean, I'll give you a simple example here. जैसे I spoke about what do you call it? चलो इंडिया का ले लेते हैं, ठीक है? India is supposed to be a land of goddesses, and women are not safe here. But women are not safe here, right? Ab if you turn it around, women are not safe in India, okay? But it's a land of goddesses. They both don't give you the same tone, the same sense. You're getting the point? So they exported Indian grain and drained the economy while constructing railways that helped transport it. This is giving you the ulta, the inverted form of the irony. Got it? This railways, they created railways, and the railways were supposed to be the friend. The railways were supposed to uplift the economy, but that ended up worsening the famine they were supposed to prevent. Okay, so between A and B, definitely this one is the answer and it's justified. This one is giving you the inverted thing that doesn't give you the same tone. Is it clear? वो लिखती है and Piyush and Shiva and Shivi and Sneha Biswal. Yeah. ठीक है? Okay. चलो, next. The author's tone toward the British portrayal of railways as a gift of modernization is kaisa? You have done tones with me, right? Sarcastic and accusatory, somber and critical, neutral and analytical, bitter and outraged. Can we eliminate first? You give me the elimination, dudes. Yes, Savitri, bitter, outraged, extreme. Right? Then, neutral and analytical. He is not neutral. Right? Eliminated. It's between A and B. I'll take you back. You should know the meanings. Sarcastic, accusatory, somber, critical. Somber is extremely serious. शिवा चलिए. So which one? B. This should be your answer because he is being critical. Accusatory and sarcastic. Sarcastic is not extreme, but accusatory is extreme. Cat doesn't take extreme tones. So accusatory dala hoga, acrimonious hoga, outraged hoga. These are just to kind of throw you off track. Okay. Somber, he is extremely serious about it. He is taking it up in criticism that something happened, this was bad. But accusatory thoda sa border cross, वो line cross कर लेता है. Okay. Huh. Is it clear? When you have two words like this, a pair, you have to see that both the words are correct. So here sarcastic chalega. Moreover, sarcasm इसका voice उतना नहीं है. Like ironically दिया है इसने. You can still connect it with somewhat sarcastic, but accusatory is taken as extreme. So you have to learn which extreme words are there that need to be eliminated. Okay. Captures a disquieting contradiction between the image of progress and the lived reality of exploitation. The very instruments, okay, silent accomplices in widespread suffering, as if he's narrating some sad story from the past. Okay, that's why the tone is somber. Understood? Sad tone, critical tone. Okay, chaliye next. Modern society. Read it, please. Done? Okay, question number 1. The paradox highlighted in the passage. Elimination खेलो guys, elimination. I'll take you back. Modern society glorifies choice as the ultimate symbol of freedom, yet psychologists increasingly observe that an excess of options, we did choice fatigue in RC, can trap us in indecision, leaving us anxious rather than liberated. A young professional browsing an online marketplace for a simple pair of headphones, okay. Wrong choice. The paradox here lies in the fact that her unprecedented freedom of selection. Unprecedented is something that doesn't have examples from the past. Generates a new form of imprisonment, the tyranny of possibility. So she finds herself intimidated by the number of choices. Right, that is the imprisonment. Instead of liberating her, this particular thing, the choice fatigue thing, imprisons her. Right, so here we have like elimination. Making the right choice is often harder than having no choice at all. This is not the paradox. No choice, he's not talking about that. Then this, option C is the next elimination. Right. The modern individual, despite options, envies the monk who has none. That's not the paradox. The monk has been mentioned in the passage, but definitely not as part of the paradox. Right? Then we are left with A and B. Freedom requires both the absence of external constraints and the presence of internal discipline. The very abundance of choice, seen as we think it's liberating, can generate a new form of imprisonment. Imprisonment is called confinement here. Yes, so it is B. Well done. You guys got it. So you can see the paradox here clearly. Yep. Let me give you the next one of this passage. Central insight, central idea, main idea. Please do not be hasty. Main idea is taken from the first few lines and last few lines of the passage. Okay. चलिए back. Crux is main idea. Come on, guys. Yes, Shiva. For main idea, that central insight, you have to check these and these lines. Okay, Biswal? Venu, are you there in the class? Nishchal? Why not B? मुझे तो B अच्छा दिख रहा है. वेनु चला गया, उसका कॉल आ गया, डेट पे जाना था उसको. हाँ, अमन हीरावत सी कह रहा है. Why not C? Who can eliminate B for me? Very good, Shiva. Yes, Subhadeep. Very good. Elimination. Like you should be confident of your answer because you can see the others are getting eliminated. Okay. How will you eliminate D? Peeps? Come on, Rubal. D. Zohra, I'm coming to that. Mostly. Irrelevant. Yes. Look at the words here. Out. It's between A and C. If you guys are saying not C, why not C? विवेक का तो सीधा बहुत अच्छा, वो गट फीलिंग है ना, अच्छा नहीं लग रहा है, राइट, वो चॉइस अच्छा नहीं दिख रहा है. वो लिखती है says C is the answer. अब वो लिखती है तो हमें मान लेना पड़ेगा, लिख दिया है उसने. Modern life's promise of freedom through abundance is undermined by the anxiety it generates. अंडरमाइंड का मतलब होता है तो अंडरमाइंड का क्या मतलब होता है? इट्स वीकेंड. So that's what the passage is saying. We feel that we are free, but we have so much anxiety, choice anxiety, that it actually takes away our freedom. No, C is connected to the main point. But why not C if A is the answer? C is narrow. Not exactly, Rupal. Who can give me the real reason here? Proper reason. Yes, the answer is A. You can breathe in peace, but why not C? पूरी बात किसको बोलते हैं? पूरी बात, हिमांशी? A more specific? No. Crux में, main idea में हम specific नहीं वैसा सोचते हैं. Yes, come on, Shubhradeep. Cause and effect? No. I'll give you the reason here. देखो, modern life's promise of freedom through abundance is undermined by the anxiety it generates. तो यहाँ बोला तो है वही चीज, promise of freedom. ये देखो, ultimate symbol of freedom, right? A young professional, something, ये example. Unprecedented freedom of selection generates a new form of imprisonment. Correct? True freedom lies in the absence of constraint. Now, Option C is connected with the main idea, but this passage has two parts. Okay, it has the problem and these two lines are giving you the solution. Yes, Savitri. This tension between abundance and contentment suggests what? Suggests means this is not a suggestion. Suggests means concludes what? That freedom is less about the number of doors. Do not go about opening too many doors. Okay? Whether we know which door we wish to walk through. So, if you want real freedom, you need to be able to have that clarity. You need to know which door to walk through. You get the point, guys? Since option A contains both the parts, ye dekho, genuine freedom arises when clarity of purpose reduces the burden of external choices. So this problem is there, clarity of purpose, this suggested part is there. So between A and C, this is the answer. I have taught you this, that even in big passages, if there is a main idea question and if the passage is giving you one problem and then in the end some solution, the main idea answer should contain the solution part, the suggestion part. And you know what, Rubal? In such a question, I'm going to give you traps. One option will be very narrow, connected to just one particular point in some para. One option will be only giving you the problem. One option will give you only the solution, and then the right option will give you both problem and solution. Yeah? वो लिखती है, is it clear? You learned something new with me. Done? Chalo. The last passage, something about coral reef. No, बिल्कुल भी नहीं सतवीसा. Main idea questions should be attempted first. Happy to see you in the class, Satu. You can see clearly this is the metaphor, coral reef. Better imagined a bustling metropolis. If you don't get the main idea here, you're going to make a mistake. Barracuda is a kind of fish. Predatory barracudas, big fish that eat the small ones. Done? Okay. A slightly tricky one, so be careful. Shrisha Ashrit, on the same channel, you can find my playlists. Yes, Biswal, you got the main idea, but then among the 4 options now, it's tricky. First elimination दोगे मुझे? B is the answer. Wow. Mrigank, what's your answer? D is eliminated. Okay. I like that. Emphasize that marine organisms perform tasks that resemble human economic activity. This is literal. Metaphor doesn't mean literal. If you are comparing your hand with the moon, there must be some kind of a reason, right? What is the next elimination? Who can give me? Chalo, I'll give you a clue. Based on tone, one option will be eliminated. D was easy to eliminate. On the basis of tone, there's one more elimination. Anybody? I told you this one is tricky, but then you're going to learn something very nice here. A, based on tone. Go back to the passage. It might be better imagined as a bustling metropolis, very busy metropolis. Tiny polyps are its architects, erecting this. Neon colored fish dart through the city like commuters during rush hour. Predatory barracudas patrol the avenues like silent police. The health of this underwater city is intimately tied to invisible contracts. Invisible contracts. किसी को नहीं दिख रहा है. Algae provide food to corals in exchange for shelter. And the slightest breach in temperature or acidity can send the entire economy into collapse. Today, this city teeters तो आपने हल्के में ले लिया, on the edge of bankruptcy. Rising ocean temperatures, evicting its tenants, bleaching. Look at the tone of this para. What is the tone? Isn't it like kind of, there's some kind of a crisis? Isn't that the tone over here? This is what it suggests. So based on the tone, which option should I eliminate? नहीं, मैं आंसर पे तो अभी जा ही नहीं रही हूं. Come on, Sneha. There is some urgency in his tone, right? Some kind of there's some problem. Yeah, चिंतित है author. Exactly, Shubhradeep. तो हटाऊं किसको? Very good. Now you can see. You see light. Illustrate that coral reefs function as complex societies with roles and relationships. जिंदगी चलती जाती है उनकी. सुबह उठते हैं, दूध लाने जाते हैं, न्यूज़पेपर वाला आता है, न्यूज़पेपर देता है, कम्यूट करके काम पे जाते हैं, शाम को आके टीवी देखते हैं, पनीर की सब्जी खाते हैं. ये कॉम्प्लेक्स सोसाइटीज विथ रोल्स एंड रिलेशनशिप्स अपना चल रहा है. उनकी नॉर्मल लाइफ, नॉर्मल दिनचर्या है उनका. Eliminated. Where is the tone? Yeah? So it's between A and C. What do you do, Savita, when you're left with two options? You look for the difference. Highlight the reef's structured interdependence and its vulnerability to systemic collapse. Suggest that, so suggest is good, highlight is good, okay. Coral reefs and urban cities share the same fragility in the face of neglect. So Sattu is sticking to A. Well done, guys. Those of you who stayed firm with A. Suggest और highlight दोनों अच्छे थे, आयुष्मान. ये दिख रहा है ये. Same fragility in the face of neglect. No, he was talking about interdependence and he was talking about collapse. Interdependence, ये देखो, patrol this, the health, intimately tied to invisible contracts. Interdependent. One thing, miss of one thing can lead to the collapse of the entire thing, entire ecosystem. Slightest breach in temperature or acidity can send the entire economy into collapse. This is what is happening here. Metaphor is both poetic and urgent, that even the most vibrant ecosystems can crumble like a neglected city, that the collapse of this would send ripples far beyond the sea. Everything is interconnected, right? Interrelated. That's what he says here. So between these two, A and C, A has better words. Highlight the reef's structured interdependence. I like this. Vulnerability. Oh, everything depends on one another. So, just you move one thing and it comes down like a pack of cards. Systemic, general, pura system ka collapse. So it's not systematic, it's systemic. Systemic is overall, general. Done? A is the answer. Must question tha ye wala? You loved it? Chalo. Last question of the day. Come on. Sneha. Extends the city metaphor. ये पढ़ लेना. Systemic fragility, interdependent. Metaphor तो उसने दिया. How will you extend it? You can do this if you have understood the main idea. The feeling, the tone. Come on, Subhradeep, what's your answer? Elimination. यहाँ बोला है systemic fragility. Something is weak, something is wrong. है ना? But leave it unchanged. Out. I'm sure you'll agree with me. Rubal and Subhradeep and everybody, Sneha, Nishchal. Tourists visiting coral reefs are like office workers daily through the city streets. Where is the tone? Fragility. नहीं है. So this out, this out. Large predatory fish, predatory तो होना चाहिए, खा जाती हैं दूसरों को. In the reef are like police officers maintaining law and order. अरे ये तो maintain कर रही हैं, खराब कहाँ हुआ कुछ? Out. Rising ocean temperatures are like an invisible tax, gradually bankrupts the city, forcing residents to abandon it. Correct? Yes, Shubhradeep? Done. Alright, hope you enjoyed the questions, guys. If you have got any doubt, you can ask me now. One wrong today, okay. The first one or two questions were pretty cool, moderate, but the ones in this passage were actually like of a higher level. Okay, Savitri. I'll raise the bar next time, don't worry. Yeah, even my favorite was the fifth one, Danish. Similar structure पे बिल्कुल बिल्कुल टाइटल और सिमिलर स्ट्रक्चर शुभ्रदीप दोनों लाने वाली हूं. Aman Hirawat, every day 9:30 except Sundays. Okay, so now if you get any of these three questions, metaphor and paradox and irony, कुछ तो आपको दिखेगी, बत्ती जलेगी. शिवे. Keshu. Done? चले? पैकअप करें? ऑड वन आउट अभी 2-3 दिन पहले ही तो करवाया था प्रियांशु यूट्यूब पे. Ideal number of mocks, Vedamitra, 25 to 30 in these 4 months. In August you can do maybe 1 per week, then September में 2 per week, so that will be like 8 and 4, 12, and then in the last 2 months you can make it 3 per week. हाँ श्रीशा. Yes, you can do it provided you are doing your daily reading, Shrisha. Shrisha Ashrit. Daily reading is very important because if people generally think that without reading they can actually build up language and solve RC passages and ace cat. Doesn't happen that way. रील्स चलाने का टाइम हो गया विवेक. वाह, खाना खाओ पहले जाके. Bye Danish, take care. Siddhant, take a class on answering questions like what is the profession? No, I will not, Siddhant. I personally tell my students, I personally recommend such questions to be dumped. So Siddhant, ये वाला stupid type of question होता है. Don't waste your time chasing that. CAT is not going to give you that. Textbook for CAT prep. You can join iQuanta, वो लिखती है. And we have got some nice books, nice prep material, plus daily practice sessions are there. Good night, Nishchal. Bye-bye, Veda Mitra. केशु, अंडरस्टैंडिंग ऑप्शंस हो या क्वेश्चंस हो, जब तक आपकी अंग्रेजी का लेवल नहीं बढ़ेगा समझने में प्रॉब्लम होती रहेगी. Bye bye guys, take care. Oh, Big Think is very good. It's a nice source for deep articles. Bye Shibradeep, see you again. आर्टिकल्स ऑन इकोनॉमिक्स, ये आप गूगल और चैट जीपीटी के जमाने में पूछ रही हैं. सृष्टि इंगले. बाय बिस्वाल, बाय स्नेहा, बाय कार्तिक.